I'm here at the City Football Academy today to meet up with Kerstin Casparij, one of Manchester City's stars so far of the season. I want to dig into her start with Manchester City and how she's evolved as a player. Kerstin, pleasure to be with you today at Manchester City. What a fantastic start to the season you've had. Into your fourth season here now. Just talk to me about how you've developed and evolved as a player in that time.
It's already been 4 years, haven't it? Long time. I think the player I was coming in is so different than who I am now. I think I've grown up a lot in my style of play, and I've been able to develop a lot of areas that I had a lot of potential in coming in to the club, but it's now finally coming out, so I'm a very happy girl.
It's been a great start for you as a team. What do you think's been the difference so far? A lot of things have changed. If I'm being honest, I think the style of play that we used to play, very much the same way Pep wants to play, I think, under the men's. We've let go a little bit of that at times and have been a bit more free and direct, especially up top. And for me, that translates into having a lot more freedom, progressing on the pitch, and being trusted in my instincts. And yeah, I think those have been the major changes. Yeah, we've definitely seen that. You've got 2 goals, 2 assists so far. Would you have envisioned this at the start of the season?
I did. I really wanted to have more involvement in the final third, have more goals and assists. I think that is one of the main targets that I wrote down for myself together with the staff this year. So I actually said to one of our coaches at the beginning of the season, I was like, well, I want more goals and assists. Like, can we work on that as well? And can we watch clips, like train, build the relationship with Bunny, for example? So we've been working hard on that in pre-season, and you know, it coming alive in the season is obviously great. So yeah, we have envisioned it.
This is more like the modern day fullback though, isn't it? As you say, getting up and down, and we've seen it a lot so far for you. Would you say the manager has give you that license to do that?
Yeah, I definitely think he gives a lot of freedom, especially in our offensive play. So in our build-up, we still obviously want to build up, want to keep the ball, and obviously we still have to be very good in our positional play and have positional discipline, because I think that's something that we have thrived in and that we still thrive in. But once the ball's up there and I see, oh, there's a chance for me to overlap or underlap or join in the box, he wants me to be back post, just go and do it and we'll sort it out behind you. So having that confidence and also knowing, oh, behind me Alex is sorting it, the girls are sorting the rest of the fence, I can just not think and head down and go. So yeah, definitely a lot more freedom.
For me, from the outside, one of the things I've noticed about your game that's improved a lot is your final ball, that cross into the box. I mean, 2 assists now, you've got 1 for Viv, 1 for Bunny, and they're very identical. We'll see in a minute, hopefully you're going to show us, demonstrate, and we can learn. But yeah, it's been that one touch overlap from Fagino. Fagino inside on the ball, you on the overlap, 1 touch into the box. So can you just talk to us about that? Is that something you work on in training? Have you done that in pre-season going into the season?
Yeah, we've worked a lot on crossing and also knowing where our targets are. Obviously, Bunny's a target, Viv's a target. They're very, very strong in the air. So
not bad target players.
Not bad.
They're not me.
No, they're honestly great. So no, honestly, all I have to do with an overlap is look up, see where they are, and if I see their back post, all I know is I'm just going to chip it. And if they're both marked, obviously there is always a chance for a pullback, but a lot of the times I'm like, I'm just gonna dink it in, and one of them will get behind it. And yeah, it's happened now twice. So.
We certainly have so far this season.
Yeah.
So should we just do a little demonstration then, just to see, so we can show fans and people at home just how good Kerstin Casparij has been this season. So I'll be in field. I'll be the Fagino.
Yeah.
Don't use this ball.
Yeah.
So you're normally a little bit deeper?
Yeah, I like being able to come into the space, because a lot of the times you look at a few things really. So sometimes Alba and also Carolyn, anyone that would play on the right, are very good 1v1 players. So one thing I don't want to do is overcrowd the space for them. So sometimes I'll just stay and support. But when there is times where, especially my winger,
is not tracking me or is blowing in the end of the game.
Caitlin Ford, Arsenal game.
That's a moment for me where I'm going to be a bit cheeky and like try and create the 2v1, either for the winger to be able to come inside and shoot or link, or to give it to me to dink, which actually rhymes, which is quite fun. But I do like coming a bit from a bit of a deeper position because that's just harder to defend. Yeah.
Okay, do you want to show us a couple of little crosses then? I'll just play the ball in behind.
Yeah.
And I just want you to basically do what you've done to Viv and Bunny so far this season.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah.
All right. Basically giving a bit of this, and then it's giving a bit more in it.
Nice.
Get my foot under it.
Nice. So when I'm looking at you cross it, Kirsten, I feel like it's more of like a dink, is that right?
It's more of a dink, obviously it's with these boots a little bit harder than with those. But all you're really trying to do is not put too much on it, because you usually don't want to give it too high or too far. You want, especially players like Bunny, to like almost be able to like run into it and like give her power into the header, because I think if you get a play with power in a header in like the box, it's so hard to get for a keeper. So all I'm really trying to do is almost like dink it so it like floats a little bit for them to then attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's interesting, isn't it? Because different players use different technique. If I look at like Alex Greenwood, when she's whipping in across, she's getting right behind the ball, isn't she?
Yeah.
Right round it. Myself, I probably driven in crosses a little bit more, because I played on the left, so I'd cut in and like drive a ball.
Yeah.
But I like that technique that you use, because as you say, like Bunny is strong and she can hold off defenders. So when you're dinking it into it, she can do that part first and then attack the ball, as we've seen in the game. What determines if you're going to do it one touch or take more touches?
I think how much space I have, and also where the players are in the box. So if I can see the movement, obviously before I do it, I look up. So if I see them if I see them making a movement, when I see them making a movement, that's when I do one touch. If I see them not making a movement, I might take a touch to then either dink it or pull it back.
Is that a case of are you always looking into the box, or
Always.
sometimes is it just hitting an area?
I would say I always look into the box. Maybe if it's really tight and under a lot of pressure, I'm just going to dink it. But I would say more often than not, I'll have a last look up.
Brilliant. Kirsten, obviously we've just seen your ability there in wide areas, delivering the ball into the box. I also think something else that's caught my eye is how you've just been relentless up and down that right-hand side. Are you relishing this new role? Is this a new Kirsten that we're seeing, or have you had to adapt slightly?
I would say this is close towards the finished product. I think going up and down the pitch is something I actually really enjoy doing. I've got a lot of energy and I just enjoy being able to affect the whole right side of the pitch. And it's something I've been working on ever since I got here. And so when I got here, I was like tiny and scrawny, and now I would say I'm quite hench. So yeah, no, it's definitely something I grew into.
You was obviously signed, it was kind of as a replacement for Lucy Bronze. I feel like I'm seeing similarities in that role now. Would you say so yourself?
I mean, they were looking for a similar type of player. And I think when I signed, obviously I wasn't a direct replacement because I was young and I had to develop so much. And obviously for me, it's such a big compliment for them to be like, who are we looking for to replace Lucy in the right back position? Ended up coming out to me. So. But I wouldn't say I'm obviously direct replacement because I wasn't my own player.
Exactly, it is big boots to fill, but you're doing tremendous at it so far. Another thing I would say that you've been so good at is your timing of your runs. Now, I played out wide and you would have been my worst nightmare to play against. Pace, power, relentless, goals, assists. I wouldn't have liked to play against you. But for me, going into games, I used to always want to play cat and mouse with the winger. Is this something that you think going into a game mentally, that if you're up against maybe someone that's quick or going to be direct, are you thinking today I need to hold back a little bit more, or are you just going to take your game to them?
Nah, I'm going to take my game to them. I think, like I said before, when I go, there is a lot of, I trust the players behind me to sort it out. And if the winger doesn't want to track me, then they have a problem because I'm going to be a spare player. So I like taking my game to them, and it's quite fun whenever, 80 minutes and then the winger has to be subbed off and they're like, actually let's put just the defender up there. Let's just put a defender there, or we're just going to be tracking her. So it's quite fun.
I did think that against Arsenal, looking at team selection wise, and they put Caitlin Ford out there, and I was wondering if that was because the defensive attributes are normally really good going back, and I thought, is that to deal with yourself? And then obviously she switched off in that moment and you're in behind, but the timing of them runs is so important. We touched on it a little bit before. Are you recognising the other players switched off, or are you waiting to see what Fagino's going to do with the ball? Because the different types of players that you're playing with as wingers, when they're coming in field, are they staying out wide? So there's a lot of communication going on there.
Yeah, I think, especially when I overlap and the winger is coming in trying to maybe look, can I go inside, go and go 1v1, they can't see me overlap. So with that, I will always communicate either inside, or I'll usually we have like yes or pass or something for them to know, okay, if I shout that, then they pass at that moment, so to make sure that I'm still onside. So there is a lot of communication, and like, don't get me wrong, those relationships take time to develop, but yeah, no, it's all about the communication, about working together and seeing the fun side of it, and that's good.
You've had to be really adaptable as well. We touched on it a little bit earlier, myself and you, before the cameras were rolling, just about how you've had injuries and playing with different wide players. And I know in my time I played a lot with Demi Stokes, and we really worked down that left hand side really well and complemented each other. You've played with Mary Fowler, you've obviously played with Fagino, and there's been people changing in and out. How do you deal with that?
I think it's also knowing the player in front of you and really building a relationship with them, not only on the pitch but also off the pitch, and asking them. So every time I play, so when Caroline came in, or when I was playing with Mary, or now with Alba, I always tell them, like, if there's anything at all, and there's usually obviously in training, like, come and speak to me. Or if there's a situation where, oh, maybe we can solve this, like we speak about on the pitch straight away. And also for them to like give me feedback, so I know, so they tell me, okay, when I dribble, actually, can you like hold off, or can you then come inside? So that's how, seeing the fun side of it and like really working together. So whenever there is a change or someone else comes into the team or someone gets injured, that relationship gets picked up straight away and makes it a lot easier for me and a lot easier for them.
You have 2 goals, 2 assists so far, 3 player of the matches, and much mention. Incredible. What a start in 5 games. How do you continue with this now?
Keeping hungry. I mean, I have a goal for myself. I told you how much how high that is with the amount of goals and assists, but I'm not saying it on camera because I might up it. So I set a goal for myself at the beginning of the season, and that is one I really, really want to tick, because I haven't ticked it the last couple. So yeah, I'm just excited to get going on that, but also like I want to win so bad, and I want to help the girls win so bad. And Bunny is close to 100 goals. Like, I want to help Bunny get 100 goals, and that's what it's all about. And it's just, loving coming into work, loving playing the game. So it's not really hard for me to stay motivated.
Well, so far you've done brilliant at it. You're only 1 assist off beating last year's record already in the WSL. So that can have a big tick next to it.
I don't know if that is good this year or bad, poor last year.
Yeah?
Good this year.
Very good this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, good luck for the rest of the season. There is one last thing. Would you like to have another shout out to Benson Boone?
I feel at this point he might get a restraining order for this.
I did see he's on in Manchester this month. You have it down.
He is on in Manchester. Unfortunately, I will not be here. But Benson Boone, if you do see this again, do not feel threatened. Just sing Mooney Barclays, really.
Kirsten, you've been absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And keep up the good work.
Thank you.